We on? All right, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushai.
HaKadosh. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and honors to all your fellow laborers and during afflictions, bringing out this word in sincerity and in truth. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, HaKadosh, Barakadosh. All right, so we're here after camp, and pretty much we're just going to continue in the spirit of this so-called white man going in. All right, because you Edomites, you're in a precipitous decline. And the scriptures say that we're supposed to prophesy against Mount Seir. Matter of fact, I'm going to start off with that, man.
Yeah, and not Gomer.
Exactly. And Esau is the so-called white man. And this can give me 2 Ezra 6 chapter. Esau is the end of the world. Because you got certain people on the comment board, they're saying that we're not at the end of the world and that Esau is just or this the so-called white man is really Japheth, and he's just really prepping for the Arabs to come in, which they're Esau, and then the world's gonna come to an end, man. Because that makes no sense, man. And you know, I got a book, you know, I thought I put it in my bag in the spirit if they wanted to come out. Lord's will go into a lesson. The name of the book is the Roman, the Edomite Empire, man. Something to that effect. It's a little green book, and they go back to the 1800s. Showing that the scholars from the so-called Middle Ages and even the Renaissance era, they knew that the so-called white man was Esau, or Edom, according to the scriptures. And the Spirit has revealed to our apostles and elders, their apostles and elders, who the biblical Israelites are, which you're looking at us, and who the biblical Edomites are, which are you so-called white people, man. Okay, so let's go ahead. Ezekiel?
Ezekiel 35:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it.
That's right, man, against Mount Seir. Genesis 36 and 8 to show what Mount Seir is talking about. Hey, because when you read the scriptures, you have to do what? You have to go precept upon precept. As it is written, through thy precepts I get understanding, man. Okay, so go ahead, brother.
The book of Genesis, chapter 36, verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir.
Does dwell who in Mount Seir?
Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir.
And when you look up Mount Seir, it's going to bring you to what? Petra. Okay, and you look at Petra, it's a replica of Roman architecture and architecture that you'll find in Washington D.C. and other areas of the United States. Why? Because that's the spirit of the so-called white man to build up like that, man. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Esau is Edom.
Esau is Edom. Yes, when you read about Esau, it isn't just talking about the man Esau, it's talking about his whole descendants. Just like when it talks about Jacob, it's not talking about just the man Jacob, it's talking about us, his descendants, who are known as Israelites, because our name was changed to Israel after we wrestled with the angel. Okay? Go ahead, brother.
And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
Yeah, and how is America, or Mount Seir, the so-called white man, going to be made desolate? By these nuclear missiles which are coming. And don't say it's not going to happen, because every other article is about nuclear disarmament, nuclear proliferation. There's talks about nuclear war. Okay, and even now you got Donald J. Trump. I call him Donald Trump. He's open to having talks with Kim Jong-un now. Why? Because he mentioned nuclear disarmament. Can you give me 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, 1 Thessalonians 5:3? Because they want to have peace talks. It's just going to get worse after they talk. If they do talk, right after that, watch, it's going to be an explosion. Because them two personalities, man, nothing good can come from that, man. It's going to make it worse, man. They was better off just talking shit from across the water, man.
Yeah, and anything that Trump agrees to, America's going to renege on it, man. It's in the dope.
That's it. Even Putin said that in an interview. He said, personally, I like Trump, but I can't trust the American establishment. And he knows that it's not up to Trump. He said, yeah, he comes off as eccentric, but you know, he's thoughtful, and you know, his analysis, I agree with a lot of his analysis, yet, you know, it's beyond him. Showing you that Putin, he knows about the so-called deep state, you know, and all that, which he's a part of it too, man. You know, all these nations, every political figure is juiced in. Okay, they all took money from the Rothschilds or one of their handlers. Okay. All right, go ahead, brother. Get that.
Yeah, Putin's a Rothschild agent.
Yeah.
As of during the fall of the Soviets, he actually they set him up because too many outsider, non-establishment Russians got hella money, man. They came in and took those state agencies, and they were flipping it.
Yep.
And then so I think it was this devil named Abramovich, a so-called Jew.
Oh yeah.
Linked up with Putin, and they got all the other Russian oligarchs, and they seized all their assets, man. And that's how Putin made the Russian central government hella powerful, man, because he seized all them assets. And then Why he do that? Because he's working with the so-called Jews, man. The
Well,
Rothschilds.
some people say that he is a so-called Jew.
Yeah, Putin is for surely.
Yeah,
He's a
he's
crypto.
a so-called Jew. Just like John Kerry, he's really a so-called Jew. You know, the former vice president.
The Bushes.
Yeah, the Bushes too. Yeah, they tell you that they're related to who? The so-called royal family over there in England. They're cousins. Certainly, they're all so-called Jews. You know. But go ahead, brother.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3.
Yep.
For when they shall say peace and safety.
I'm sorry, John Kerry. He was never vice president. He ran for president. He was a senator.
Senator, yeah.
He's a loser Edomite. He was a Secretary of State too, I believe.
Yeah,
for
he
a
was
little bit.
Secretary of State,
Yeah.
and then he was fought in the Vietnam War.
Yeah,
Some bullshit.
he's a loser so-called Jew. You
Yeah.
know, he probably just sit in a bunker and had Jake go.
Well,
off.
they gassed him. They say he was ducking the whole time.
Of course
He was no
man.
warrior. He
Of course
was
he
ducking.
was. All right. Yeah, you so-called white people, you're not warriors. All right. Jake fights the battle. It's just now recently that Jake is getting recognized for their bravery. Okay. Go ahead, brother.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3 says, For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child.
Yeah, then sudden destruction is going to come upon him, man. He's trying to say peace and safety, and that's the spirit that people want to be in now, because people are seeing that it's hot, so they're going, we need world peace. You know, that's what they're saying after you, and that's why the European leaders are telling Trump to shut the hell up, because they want peace. They're like, look, man, we done already did enough, man. You trying to make it worse, because they understand that they're the devil, you know. And Trump's like, and Trump knows he's the devil too, but he's like, hey, look, he's balls out with it, man.
Yeah,
Like, this is who I am.
First.
Yeah.
Well, they mad at him over them aluminum and steel tariffs that he passed. You know, that's going to affect the European economy, man.
That affects everybody, man.
Yeah, and then he instituted that too.
Yep.
That's in law now, with the exception of Mexico and Canada. He
Yeah,
exempted them from that.
The EU and those other European nations, they're part of NATO, man. So he's supposed to give them a pass.
All the NATO.
I thought they was your homies. you know?
Right. Yeah, now, yeah.
They've been looking at you some type of way, man. Especially Germany. Right? They've been looking at you some type of way, man.
Yep. It says, And they shall not escape.
Yeah, you're not going to escape this destruction, man. Okay, it's going to come upon you, man. And that's the only thing you got to look forward to, you so-called white people. Where it says, rejoice and be glad. That time already passed, man. Now you're at the time of Isaiah, the 24th chapter. There's a crying for wine in the streets. Okay, you're drinking your wine, you're drinking your drink without a song.
They're opioids.
Oh yeah, you see Esau on the street. He's just reflecting all the horrible decisions he made in his life.
That's
man.
the only time he feels good, when he's on the oils.
On the boys.
Yeah, you Edomites are done because, as the scriptures say, when that peace and safety, even like the brother said, Putin, nobody could. America has no credibility when it comes to peace talks. Going all the way back to your negotiations with the tribe of Gad, or your negotiations with the tribe of Judah. Every time it's like, oh, we're gonna do this for you guys, but you always stabbed them in the back, man. And these other nations, you did the same exact thing. You told China, oh, we're gonna help you, but you stabbed them in the back. Japan, you told them you weren't gonna drop them bombs on them, man. They surrendered. You went and did it anyways.
Yep.
They already surrendered. They're like, nah, we don't want that. We don't want that smoke. We don't want that smoke. And then Esau's like, okay, it's cool. They went and gave it to you for free.
Hey,
right?
More recently, the United States recognized Jerusalem as being the capital of the state of Israel. Man.
Yep, sure did.
Which that was a complete slap in the face to any,
Muslim.
any
Ishmaelites.
but any, it's a slap in the face
To the so-called Muslim world.
Them
The
Arabs.
entire Muslim world.
And that messed up your credibility, man. How you gonna be for peace? But here it is, you signing with one side, man.
The
You're
Muslims-
supposed to come to
yeah,
an
yeah.
agreement, a mutual agreement, man.
The so-called Muslim world is about a third of the world's population, all right? So that's a huge number of everybody, man. So all them Ishmaelites, Elamites, and all these other, even Japhites, they're having the Islam, Indonesia and shit.
Yep.
They're having the Islam. So they're all in this. They're like, what? You're supposed to be negotiating. You're supposed to be taking those sides. But he went in and said, nah, we with Israel all the way. And everybody knows it's Britain, America, and Israel. That's why Brexit
the
went
voting
down.
bloc, yeah.
Y'all three are the real top devils, man. All three of y'all are gonna go right down in the hell, man. Okay, with the thermonuclear fire.
Right now.
Like I said, this Job 18:10 says, The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet.
Hey, and you know what? That terror is manifesting. I was watching a video on Twitter. They're going all out with these school shooting things. They got these, all these schools have training. They're training terror exercises. And I saw a video of a cop with the blank gun. He was shooting blanks, pop, 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 pop. That sound like real gunshots in the school. And then kids are in there all bugging out. They don't know if it's real, if it's fake. They're getting terrorized, man. But Esau's doing that. Why? Because he knows that time's coming, man, where people are going to just start killing everybody, man. We brought it out earlier. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakakadash is bringing that great death, man.
Yep.
And that great death is going to happen through who? So-called white man.
Sword is being furbished.
Keep going.
His terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side.
And that's you so-called white people right now. Your strength shall be hunger bitten, meaning your strength is gone, right? Because guess what? All these other nations have nuclear missiles too, right? They're investing in their militaries. Not only that, all these countries, NATO and the EU, they're going to turn against you. They're going to go to war against you. Britain is going to go to war against you. They're going to say, you know what, we're going to shoot missiles on America too. Germany, all right, Iran, Russia, the Saudis. They're going to get down. Right here it is, the Saudis, right? They're totally controlled by America. But guess what? They're going to destroy America, right?
Talking to the Russians.
They're talking to the Russians. They want to get on that deal with the Russians, and Iran's already on that deal, where they're already in China. They're saying we're going to do our own trading,
Pipeline deal.
and we're not going to deal with the American
Not
dollar.
going to deal with the dollar. Iran already dumped the dollar.
Yep. Keep going on.
Verse 13 says, it shall devour the strength of his skin.
Yeah, the Petro-Yuan. Sorry, the Petro-Yuan, that's what they call it. Instead of the Petro-Dollar.
Yep.
Because China's saying, look, and in China, they're like the #1 importer, so they got weight.
In China, they're the number one consumer of that energy because they need that energy to operate, right? They're not going to go and invest in drilling oil and all this thing because they see the damage that does to the environment, man. But they're doing it, best believe it. But
Well, China has an hand in vegan oil and all that shit. They're really big too off the coast of west coast of Africa.
East Coast.
oh yeah,
East Coast.
East Coast more.
And China is the main investor in Africa right now.
Yeah. They got a military base in Djibouti.
What do you think that them Africans gonna go to? They're gonna send them over here to America to kill you, goddamn Edomites over here, man.
Huh?
Right? They're going all the other nations.
Some
There's gonna be
Wakandans.
boots on the ground. They're gonna have the spiritual power. You're gonna have bald-headed black woman, hitting you with bow and arrows and shit. Keep going on.
It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors.
That's right. And the king of terrors is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right?
Yahushai.
Right. Yahushai.
King of Kings, Lord of Lords.
And then
Yeah.
what happened when you get brought in front of him? He's gonna jack you up.
Yeah, because you're not about serving them, like it says in Luke 19. Those my enemies which not that I should reign over them, bring them hither and slay them before me, man. That's what's gonna happen. The majority of the earth's population is gonna be decimated.
That's right.
Say that clearly in the second Ezra 16 chapter, man. These people they don't want to get right. Okay, they're infatuated with the horror, man. Just like John the Revelator, when he saw he marveled,
Yeah.
That's all these people, man. They're preoccupied with the devil, man. They're not thinking about this place being destroyed, man. Why? Because they love being wicked, man. They love the wages of unrighteousness, which is why the Lord is going to utterly destroy them, man. And, okay, He's going to destroy America and everybody that's here.
Verse 15 says, it shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation.
And what's brimstone? Sulfur. Okay, so is that symbolizes what? The nuclear destruction, man. Go ahead.
His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off.
Oh yeah, no, there's not going to be anything remaining, man. And eventually, you so-called white people, Edomites, you're going to be exterminated. Which I understand perfectly why, because really, what do you bring to the planet Earth, man? The only thing you can do is manage. The only thing that you do is manage the Earth, and you do a horrible job at it, man.
Yeah.
Okay, if you were the CEO, the board would have came and had you removed.
Voted you off, man.
All right, yeah, would have took your apartment, okay? They would have gave you some crappy severance package.
They were giving white collar crime charge, man. You be.
They would have turned you in. They would have turned you into the feds because they didn't want to go down with you. All right, which spirits? That's what these other European
NATO and
nations.
EU is
That's what
gonna
they're
do.
doing. They're like, I don't want to get caught out.
They're like, yo, your actions as CEO is actually destroying this company of the so-called white man. Really,
and
which it is.
And us as board members, we have to come in and we have to remove you. And that happens, man. And sometimes, you know, sometimes the dude will be roommates, and then the board, they got to sneak the dude out. They get him like his own little spot.
And sometimes a lot of times they come up to you before they even get to that. They say, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. You can step down nicely, or we're gonna have to come out and vote and destroy your life. You want that? But America is so proud and evil. Say, come and get me, man.
Yeah.
And these other nations will say, all right. And then they're not really gonna do that because they shook this so-called Jew, as we know. He's gonna come out and force everybody's hand, man.
Yeah. Oh, get that, Jeremiah 49.
Verse 17 says, his remembrance shall perish from the earth, he shall have no name in the streets.
Oh, his remembrance shall perish from the earth. Well, that links up with Job, the 20th chapter. The eye that saw him shall say, where is he, man? Yeah, Edomite, that's going to be a distant memory in the kingdom, man, when the kingdom is established here on earth. Yeah, we're going to tell our children, they're going to marvel after that, man.
Yeah.
Really? Why did he do that?
They didn't have no pigment. It's gonna be like a myth almost, man.
Like Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
people talk about Bigfoot, they're like, I think it existed. You know, people still debate. People going to debate if Esau actually existed.
It couldn't be nobody like this, man. He destroyed the earth.
Why did he do that?
He wanted to make his own body. He wanted to merge man with machine. Like,
Wait, he changed his name. He called himself a white person? What? You're white people? People are colors?
Well, they gonna marvel at the fact that he tried to take our nationality.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like, well, what? He tried to be an Israelite?
You said he was a Jew? You said he was a Jew from Judah? Ain't no way he was from Judah. But that's the so-called white man. That's what he's doing right now, you damn devils.
It says he shall be driven from light into darkness.
That's what's happening right now, man. Esau is in gross darkness. You can clearly tell, man. You can tell that this man's going down, and he knows he's going down too, man. Esau knows he's going down. We say that he walks by, he's like, yeah, that's me. He's like, yeah, I agree. Because pretty much Esau right now, he's looking for some type of mercy.
Yeah, he wants a way out.
But there is no mercy. The scriptures tell you clearly in James, the 2nd chapter, he shall have no mercy, which have shown no mercy. And there's no peace to the wicked, which the wicked are these so-called white people. Edomites pertain to Job 9 and 24, Malachi, the 1st chapter. Okay, we're gonna keep on this subject too, man. Okay, because every other minute there's an article that comes through on the feed further validating what the scriptures say about you Edomites going down and you being the devil, you ultimately being destroyed. Go ahead.
It says he shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world.
We're gonna get chased out the world, man. That links up with Job the 30th chapter. He was driven forth from among men. That goes back to you Edomites. See, pretty much everything is gonna happen that happened before. Like I said in Ecclesiastes, the 1st chapter, except it's gonna be permanent this time. All right, you're not gonna come back and take us over. The scriptures say that affliction shall not rise a second time, man. Once we put you down this time, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shah, you're gonna stay down, man. Go ahead, brother.
He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwelling.
That links up with Isaiah the 14th chapter, man. If you can get that, that links directly up with Isaiah the 14th chapter, which proves that this is talking about Esau, which is talking about Babylon, man. Oh, because when you go to Psalms 137 chapter, it tells you that Esau and Babylon is the same thing, man. So you can't get around that. Come on, brother.
Psalm chapter
Yeah, go ahead.
137, verse 37.
Yeah.
It says, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Yeah, they were encouraging the Babylonians, which the leaders of the Babylonians at that time were Assyrians, to destroy our houses. Why? Because they tell you in 1st Ezra that they came and they took our houses, man. They came, we went into captivity, and then they came and they stole our houses. It's supposed to be our brothers, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, it tells you in Ezra that they actually burnt down the temple, man. You know, these Edomites, goddamn crackers, man.
Yep.
It's verse 8. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed.
See? Oh, daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, which Babylon is ran by who? Edom.
Yep.
Okay, the ancient Babylon was ran by Cushites, so-called Ethiopians. The Neo. Well, yeah, no, I mean the ancient, the original Babylonian.
Okay.
That was ran by Cushites. Then you had the Neo-Babylonian Empire, which that was ran by Syrians or Assyrians. And then you got the daughter of Babylon, which is ran by the so-called white man. Okay? So it's three. So there's three different main time periods, different nationalities, man. Okay.
It's the spirit of Babylon.
Mix and match.
Yep. The B is there's no cultural. I mean, there's no national identity to it, man.
Cultural, racial ambiguity.
Yep.
You know.
It's confusion.
Yeah, which means confusion, which means with mixture. Con with and fusion. So means to fuse things together.
They come from Slot. Go ahead.
What I was gonna say, the etymology of the word fusion, it means to pour in. You know, so pour in basically all kind of concoctions.
Pour in that
whatever.
That's that wine.
That wine. Which is Babylon. Okay, because why they're all called Babylon? Because they take on the custom of the Babylonians. That's why everyone celebrates Christmas, right? That's why they all worship the sun god. Okay, they let woman run show. They Queen of Heaven. They worship the Queen of Heaven. Why? Because they all have the Babylonian spirit on
It all goes back to ancient Babylon, Cushites.
And then even the ancient Babylon, they call it Sumer,
Right.
which were the Cushites, right?
Yeah.
Right, the original ones.
Yeah. So it all stems from there. Because there's only about 8 or 9 demons, really, that are on the earth, spirits. They just have different incarnations.
O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
Yeah, which is slavery. Yeah. So like the Bob Marley song, that Crazy Bald Head says, "Hate was your reward for our love, man." Okay, all the great things that our people have done in the society, how we were rewarded, you know, for building up the society, all right, for giving all the culture and all the inventions. Okay, Jake still getting shot, getting deported, okay, being the butt of every joke. Okay, so now that's gonna come upon you. Go ahead.
Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone.
That's right. That's talking about them little red babies. And this is in the Bible. Okay, you can put this on a compilation. It is true. It's right out of the scriptures. Okay, so-called white babies, red babies, Edomite babies are going to get taken and dashed against the stones. Might throw him against the wall. All right, his head might pop off like a damn doll. All right. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man. It's all according to the Bible. And that's scripture. Okay.
A couple more verses here.
Yeah.
Job 18 and 20. They that come after him shall be astonished at his day, as they that went before were afraid.
Oh, as they that went before were affrighted, meaning you had the whole world like shook. That's why I tell you in Isaiah the 14th chapter that they're gonna say, "Is this the man that you're in Isaiah 14 now?" Yeah, you just get it real quick.
It's Isaiah 14. This one, we go straight to the point.
Straight to the point.
Isaiah 14 and 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
Actually, start at 4.
It's Isaiah 14 and 4. That thou shouldest take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how has the oppressor ceased?
Yeah, how has the oppressor ceased? And that's the time that we're in right now. The oppressor is ceasing. And as his analysts say, the so-called white man is in a precipitous decline. Okay. And this truth is having exponential growth, man.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
How has the oppressor ceased and the golden city ceased?
And what's the golden city? Talking about Babylon. They actually believed that this place was paved with gold. Those idiots that came over to Ellis Island. Yeah, the different Italians and Irish and Eastern Europeans. And some Jakes came over too. Some Benjamites, Levites. They actually thought that this place was paved with gold, man. Go ahead. Right.
The Lord had broken the staff of the wicked.
Yeah, he's broken the staff of the wicked. You can clearly see it, man. The power of the so-called white man is waning. Okay? Go ahead.
And the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
A continual stroke, man. The so-called white man hasn't stopped since he's come into power, man. It's been all gas, no brakes on all the nations, man. Even his own nation. Yeah, you like to talk about Tyrone in the hood, but the so-called white man is the biggest killer of his own people, man. Look at World War I and World War II, man. He killed hundreds of millions of his own people, man. Okay?
And even now, he's killing them, his own people with these slave wages, man.
Oh, man.
Below minimum wage, slaving. Working for Uber and Lyft.
And we were independent contractors, so, you know, that's not up there. That's not his problem, you know?
And niggas set it up like that on purpose.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the so-called white man is the devil. You know, he doesn't do anything without carefully thinking about the response to it. And then he got a backup, man.
Yeah.
So that's why all these nations are like, man, fuck that, man. They're tired of the so-called white man trying to use his logic to justify everything. They're just gonna shoot missiles on his ass, man. Because you can't get nowhere with the so-called white man, because he's, in his mind, he's never wrong, man. He's always right, he's always justified. Okay? And then how does he justify himself? Through his law.
Yeah, which is wicked.
Yeah,
Wicked.
and then he has somebody to prescribe it, which is somebody who goes through his educational system. So then the so-called white man says, well, look, it's law, and look, this law is backed up by his animals.
Yep,
But
yep.
you set that dumbass hoe up in the first place, man. Who got her PhD, which really she just bugged herself out for 10 extra years more than the average Babylonian. Okay, just to get a
More debt too.
yeah, and to get more in debt, just to get closer to the seat of power, man. Go ahead.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hindereth.
He's persecuted and none hindereth. Can you get Joel? Or you get it? I think it's Joel, the 3rd chapter, or Nahum, the 3rd chapter. Read that part again, brother.
It says, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke,
Yeah, he that smote the people in his wrath, man, with a continual stroke. Okay? Go ahead.
he that ruled the nations in anger,
He that ruleth the nations in anger. That's how you can tell that the so-called white man is angry. Well, why is he even angry? He's angry because he got demons on him, man. 'Cause he's the devil.
Dope.
Ain't nobody can do nothing to him. They tell you that in Isaiah the 33rd chapter. But y'all say he's a violent homosexual. Yeah, that's why. That's the only reason. That's the only conclusion you can come to. He's a vile psychopath. He's a vile, violent sodomite, man.
Yep.
Nobody did nothing to him. They tell you that in the scriptures. Woe to thee that spoil us, and thou was not spoiled. Why are you so angry, man? What did we do to you, man? All right, you sold us the birthright fair and square.
Isaiah 32.
Okay, bring it out.
It says, verse 1, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Yep, yeah, they dealt not treacherously with thee, because nobody was thinking about you Edomites when you're in the caves. Okay, everybody was under our subjection, and there was still wickedness on the earth, yet it wasn't near the level of wickedness that is on the earth today. Okay, that's why our people, we had chastity belts, so you women would be dirty hoes.
Killing faggots.
Killing. Yeah, that's why a lot of those torture techniques that came from us, man. Yeah, because Esau came up with a cruel, unusual punishment. He would call stoning a little kid, man, who was rebellious. He would call it cruel, unusual punishment.
Esau's a sick
He
But
be
Esau-
sacrificing babies all
exactly.
day, man. Every day. You know, cutting their throat, drinking the blood.
Like we were talking about, yeah, those child labor laws, because he cares about kids. But he's the biggest pedophile, man. He's the biggest child molester.
He don't kill pedophiles either. He just sentences them to 1,000 years in jail, man.
No. What you mean 1,000 years? They get 4 years, man. They get 4
They
years.
didn't get out on probation.
So what happened was there's a wetback. They caught him up, fucking, doing kiddie porn. He's actually performing that shit, man. And then
man.
they even showed it in court, but they still didn't give him the death penalty. They gave him 1,887 years.
And that's only because
To
he's
life.
an Issacharite. You know,
Yeah,
if
'cause the
Jake- if
wetback.
he was an Edomite, he would have got 3 years of
He
probation.
said it was the longest sentence for a without a death,
Yeah.
kind of crime. That guy should be put to death, man.
Of course. He's a homosexual.
He should have been, but this is like, they caught him again and again and again. Because the dude, they had released his ass, man.
Yeah.
And he went and did it again.
Yeah.
And then he are supposed to not live by schools. The dude was living at someone else's house, hiding from the cops.
Yeah, but that's why you put him to death, so that
Yep.
that spirit don't spread
gotta
throughout
kill
the
him.
land. Because it's a disease. It's just going to affect more people. It's ruin more lives.
Esau wants it.
Esau wants it like that.
He
Esau
wants it.
Esau wants death and destruction. Finish that off, brother.
Yeah, it says, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Yeah, they dealt not treacherously with thee. That's you so-called white people, man. If anything, people just helped you. How did you reward them? By stabbing us in the back. Okay, go ahead, brother.
When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled.
Yeah, when thou shalt cease to spoil, which is right now, thou shalt be spoiled. Why? Because you didn't spoil the whole earth. And so now you're trying to cease to spoil. Now you're a good guy. Now you're the victim. Now you're being spoiled, man. And that's why you're trying to play the victim now. Like over there in South Africa. But what about the compensation? Wait, you weren't supposed to be there in the first place.
Yeah.
And a lot of those people down there, they're actually Israelites too, man. Out there down in Southern Africa. A lot of the so-called Bantus.
Yeah, come.
Which when you go into the Bantus, they spring forth from West Africa. And they said that they emerged on the scene 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Which that coincides with us. With what? There you go.
Yeah, Cape Town was a big slave port, man.
Cape Town, South Africa, yep. That's right.
And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Yeah, which is now why the so-called white man wants to play call foul, man. But hey, nobody's hearing it, man. Bring that out, Nahum.
This Nahum 3:19. There is no healing of thy bruise. Thy wound is grievous.
Yeah, your wound is grievous. Talking about you so-called white people, particularly over here in America, man. Go ahead.
All that hear the fruit of thee shall clap the hands over thee. For upon whom have not thy wickedness passed continually?
For upon whom has not thy wickedness passed continually? What did it say in Isaiah? Read that about the continual stroke.
It's back in Isaiah 14:6. He who smote the people in wrath with the continual stroke.
See, it links right up. That's the precept, man. Upon whom has not thy wickedness passed continually? That continual stroke, which is why none of these nations. They said you're persecuted and no one hinder it, man. Because you've been given hell to the whole earth, man. Now that it's coming upon you, ain't nobody gonna go on your behalf, okay, to try to rescue you, save your ass. Which the so-called white man, he's doing everything in his power not to be saved. He's being a perfect example of how to be destroyed by the Heavenly Father, man. He's the no limit nigga, man.
And the proof of that is what's happening in South Africa. Nobody's crying foul about that. Nobody's saying let's pray for Edomites in South Africa. People are saying good. That's what happens then. That's what you get.
Yeah, you get what you reap what you sow, man.
Karma.
They laughing at you, man. You know, that's why they gonna take up that problem against you.
Yeah.
You know, how long? I forget exactly how it goes.
He that laid himself with thick clay.
Okay.
And how is he? And he's laying himself with thick clay so that he can ante up and go conquer more nations, man. But now he's out of money. He's out of money. Okay, everybody woke up to his ass, so now he's ceasing to spoil, and now he's being spoiled. Okay, but go ahead.
So Job 20:27. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity.
That's what's happening. The heavens are revealing your iniquity. Okay, because this revealing of the so-called white man is coming directly from the spiritual world. Okay, and the spirit has been sent upon men on earth, man. And then what did it say? The heavens declare the handiwork through the internet. Through the internet, that's the Psalms 19th chapter. Through the internet, the so-called white people are being heavily exposed. Because before, you had to go into a library, you had to know somebody that knew somebody who would slide you the book. Now all you gotta do is hit Google, man, and you can see what Esau is doing, man, on Google. Just Google it, man. Sick white people. Yeah, man. White crimes. They got websites that just whitewash. That's what one of them was like, whitewash. You see that one? Yeah, just document the wickedness of the so-called white man, so-called white collar crimes. All right, pedophilia. You know, shit that the so-called white man almost exclusively does, man. His realm of criminality. Go ahead.
The heavens shall reveal his iniquity.
Yeah, the internet. Okay, go ahead.
And the earth shall rise up against him.
Oh, everybody in the earth. Oh, the earth and all things that are in it. All right. Because you got animals that are attacking these so-called white people, like Harambe.
Yep.
Remember that? Yeah. Remember that? Yeah. Travis the Chimp. Remember that? Travis the Chimp.
Okay. His face off.
Yeah, you're getting skin cancer, getting burnt up, and all Earth's inhabitants are wanting to put a foot in your ass, man. And rightfully so, man. And you deserve it. You so-called white people, you deserve everything that you got coming. Just like we deserve to go into captivity for us being disobedient against our power. What makes you think that you exempt, man? We'll tell you that in Jeremiah the 49th chapter. Behold, I bring judgment upon the city that is called by my name, and art thou that art to be altogether unpunished? Of course not, man. The Most High actually hates you, man. Okay, and you Edomites, Esau is not them Arabs, man. Because just because the Israelites were inhabiting ancient Mount Seir, which is known as Petra in Jordan today, that don't mean that that's actual people. Because you got to take into account migration patterns.
Yeah.
That's why those people. That's why they say that the so-called Jews are the real Jews. But wait a second. Before 1948, they wasn't even in there like that, man. Before it was them Arabs. So why don't you just say that them Arabs are really the Jews? See, your logic is thought, it's through. And the scriptures say that the wisdom of the world is foolishness with the Most High, man. And he's using us as base things of the earth to confound the wise, man. Where's the wise? Where's the scribe? Where's the disputer of this world? Because you ain't gonna have us on CNN. Or you'll have these simple ass niggas do some Wakandaites. Y'all ain't gonna get up there, but you're not gonna have us because we gonna go into the scriptures, we're gonna go into the history. And we're gonna reveal the truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. But you know, the CNN, that's not even needed, man, because the heavens is declaring your iniquity, man. That's right. The internet, man. I saw a lot of us woke up through the internet. Some brothers, passing by, but the majority of the brothers, they woke up through the internet, man. Okay, and this, and like the brother in the elders camp, the main camp, the GMS Watchman, He broke it down, man, how y'all are distorting the views. Okay, you making it like only 17 people view when really it's like 150. Really, thousands of people be watching every video, man. Thousands. Because how else would everybody know us, man? We go around and hey, man, y'all, oh, hey, you Israel, oh, hey, bro.
Everybody's seen the videos.
Everybody's
Like
seen the
grandma's
videos.
seen the videos.
Exactly. Yeah, so how is it that only 200, 300 people watching the video? Come on now. Hey, the heavens is revealing you devils, man. Come on.
Back in Isaiah.
Let's bring that precept. Come on.
This Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
Oh, that's it, man. That's the precept of Isaiah, the 33rd chapter. Now they're spoiling you. And now you're crying foul. Now we need to invoke international law. Okay? Now there needs to be order. There needs to be peace. Go ahead.
Because of men's blood.
Oh, because of men's blood. And you've killed tens of billions of people since you've been in power. Tens of billions. Even hundreds of billions, man. Go ahead. Pretty much every Jake that dies, that's because of you so-called white people, man. Okay, it all goes back to you. Okay, niggas kill another nigga for stepping on a shoe, that's because you so-called white people, man. You pushed materialism on our people, man, and told us to hate ourselves, man.
He invented nigga culture.
That's it. Yeah, because you go into all that so-called gangster rap culture. Who's behind it, man? A so-called Jerry Heller, Jimmy Iovine. That's the so-called white man's music, and you just got you niggas as the figureheads, man, as the poster child for it. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
And for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein.
Yeah, that's right, man. Yeah, because all the violence that you've inflicted, because you're a violent homosexual, man. Okay, that's who you are. That's who you are, Esau. You're not a peaceful person. You're not cool. Okay, you're just a bitch. Okay, and you're being revealed to be one, man. Because hey, look, man, you so-called white, be so big and bad. We all over, man. Why don't you just roll up? You got all them guns. You got all that. I'm training for the work, nigga. Why don't you do it? We telling you a bitch, man. We calling your woman a whore. All right, we telling your children we gonna bash them. So where are you tough guys at, man? Come down to Mississippi. Don't you know there's brothers in Mississippi? You know what happened in Texas? What you mean? It's happening all around Texas, man. There's all types of camps in Texas.
He saw a bitch in Texas too.
Yeah, he's a cook. You're a cave cook. You're a worldwide cave cook. All right. All right. You're a copycat cave cook.
Yeah, Esau, you're outnumbered in Texas too, man.
You're outnumbered in the world. You're outnumbered in America, man. Them censuses talk about, oh yeah, white people are the majority. You ain't the majority. You're a minority. Man. You're a minority, man. You're a minority in this country. Okay?
You're the little guy, man.
Yeah. Well, you're insignificant, man. You're small amongst the heathen, man.
Greatly despised.
Greatly despised.
Everybody hates you. Well, the brothers reading about why they hate you, man. Because you everywhere you go, you just shed blood of every nation you came in contact with, man. There's not one nation where you have dealt peaceably with it, man.
Yeah. Me and the brother always go into, you can make a friend just off hating the so-called white man. Hey, well, a guy hit me earlier, and I said, hey, you know what? We ain't got to get the white man involved, man. And he respected that. And it's all spiritual. So now he's gonna touch up some other parts of the car, man, that they didn't even have nothing to do with him, man. Persian dude. All because we shared a common bond of hating the so-called white man. Hey, Barakatah Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, man. Yeah, because these other nations, man, they're coming under the order of Israel, man. And we ain't gotta beat them over the head. We're just cool guys, man. We're just cool, we're reasonable. We deal with counsel and wisdom. And people are like, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that makes sense. These other nations, yeah. Hey, because me and this brother, all we do is tell heathens what to do all day, man. That's really what it is. They just take care, and then it doesn't stop at training. All right, they ask them about women, about their finance, everything, life advice, man.
Business advice. You're a life coach.
Yeah, we really like coaches, man.
Counsel.
Yeah, counsel. Why? Because we're men of counsel. With the so-called white man, he can only have people follow him when he has a gun to their head, man. All right, he got him by the ball, so to speak, as the old saying. When he's deceiving them.
Yeah,
okay.
And then a lot of times it takes the so-called white men that actually do that to you to follow them, man. That's why you see our people are in jail, man. They don't want to listen to the white man. They don't want to do his bullshit. Okay, to the point where they're in jail, man. They got a gun head to their head. They're gonna life or death situation, right? And you so-called white people, that power is waning, man. That power is waning. Okay.
Yeah, you're done, man. We gonna keep in that spirit, man. Because that's the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, the spirit of prophecy. hey, why don't y'all go on that? Look, nigga.
Kick this nigga while he's down.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. Oh, of course, man. He's on his way down. We kicking him, man. The window's right there. I'm opening it, you know. I'm guiding him out. You know.
You on the edge.
I just saw on my feed. It said Black Panther hit 1 billion globally.
Yeah.
Right, which shows you that the thing, right? Esau said they never made a black film because it doesn't sell, right? That's just that's the hottest shit right now.
Everybody wants to see the so-called black man win.
You so-called white people are done, man. You're gone. You're on your way out. Jake, like the brother said, I was watching a video. Jake's on the way in, man.
Yeah.
That's the spirit right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, if you want to be popular, you gotta have a so-called Negro in your corner, man. You gotta be on the team. You gotta be prominent too, man. Come on, preset. Start to wrap up. Come on, don't worry. Now you can get yours. You get one yet. Don't be bashful, brother. Let your soul glow. Let your soul glow, brother. Come on, brother.
Psalm 55 and 20.
Come with it.
He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Yeah, that's right, man. The main example of that are Gadite brothers. Okay, Esau, you were helped by Gad, and then you commemorate that help. How did you reward Gad for the love? All right, you slaughtered him. All right, you was putting our people's head on poles to make an example.
He actually exterminated entire tribes, man.
Yeah.
Here
So
in
you think, because you didn't exterminate. You almost did. That was your.
Well, not the entire tribe of Gad, but certain sects of Gadites here in California. You exterminated the entire tribe, man.
Yeah,
Certain clans, families, but they would refer to themselves as tribes. And then even the Tainos, you exterminated them by interbreeding, right? But we're really not exterminating, but the culture, the life, those people, those people are exterminated, man. Their land, they're gone. If you go over here, you ain't no more Ohlone in San Francisco.
Yeah.
You exterminated them, you damn devils.
Yeah.
Okay, and then tomorrow, brother's gonna link up with one of the last full-blood Ohlones.
Full-blooded, yep.
Right? But why is he the last one? Because you exterminated the rest of his people, man.
But you can't get rid of, because the Lord always has that pure seed, man. The Lord is always with that, man. Like they say, the Tainos were exterminated. The Tainos weren't exterminated.
Yep.
Tainos are what you call so-called Puerto Ricans today, man. Okay, those of Indian descent. Okay, or like the same thing with like the Arawaks. The Arawaks aren't exterminated, man. Because like my grandmother. Great-grandmother, she was Arawak, okay, on my dad's side. Are those people of the islands of the Bahamas, of Jamaica? They're still around, man. Okay, the pure seed never went away, man. All right, and that's what Esau likes to push out. So then you get demons on you. Oh man, nobody's pure. No, man, we are pure. All right,
yeah, we're all
made
pure
seed. Because ultimately we're made pure by the bloody Yahushua.
That's right.
What you devils got to say about that, man?
That's right.
You ain't got nothing to say. Pretty much Esau, if you Edomites, you happen to watch these videos, we know the elites are watching. Just give it up, man. All right, just come before the camp and just pick out who you want your slave master to be, man. Okay, that's the only thing that's going on, man. 2018, 2019, I think the Lord might just come and destroy this place personally next year, man. The rate that this thing is going, what else is there to do, man? All right, everybody knows you so-called white people, you know you're the devil. Okay, we was in Reno, right? Well, me and the Elder Kazak, they had 666 all over the place. But the dude was crazy, but Esau was cool like that, man. Because that's his natural habitat. He was cooler than Christians, man. He was nice. He was nice as hell, man. But that's the spirit, man. That's what it's a serpent. That's what the so-called white man does, man. Yeah, because you actually Edomites, you'll be talking shit on the comment. We're right in your face, man. We ain't scared of you. All right, this ain't like the 40s and the 50s, man. We speak up, we get lynched and hung. No, we standing in great boldness, man, telling you your fate. And letting you know what's going to befall our nation, our great nation. Okay, we're just going to get lifted up, starting with the elect. All right, come on. All right.
Yeah, he put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Yep.
He had broken his covenant.
Yeah, that's what all the so-called white man does, is breaks his covenants and agreement, which is why nobody wants to deal with you no more, man. Then you wonder why nobody want to be around you. Hey, man, why are you so racist? It's because I'm white? No, it's the continent. What did Martin Luther King say? It's not the color of your skin, it's the content of your character. Look at the continent, look at your character, man.
Look at your track record.
Look at your track record.
Well, he's the type of dude, he won't. Oh, what the book he was reading? He said you can't judge like a 16th century guy.
Yeah, by 21st century.
That's this Esau, man.
Esau.
Oh, well, look, you can't judge judgment based upon that. That was the past. We're in a different era.
Oh, you know what?
You know?
We judge you according to the scriptures.
Got it.
See, that's the difference between us and no. The scriptures have always been around. You had the scriptures.
But even
the
back
scriptures
then-
were prominent in the Middle Ages, man.
But even back then, you were getting judged for that. People were saying, "Hey, you devils are going too far, man."
Yeah.
You had other devils
Even-
that were slave owners that came here and said, "Yo, y'all going too far. This is cruel."
That's where you get like
Even
Bartholomew
back then.
de las Casas.
Yep.
Like he was, oh man, this is too much, man.
But you devils, you know, you the Most High, man, put a heavy spirit on y'all, man, to really go hard on us.
And then to get exterminated at the end of it, man. How about that?
That's right. You got that, like I say, you got that perpetual hatred.
Yeah, but that spirit, you have that spirit in you still, but you don't have the power anymore to do it. You devils can't lynch us no more, man. That's done with.
You're a cave cut.
All right, you're a cave cuck. All right, that's it. But a couple more scriptures.
You got some more? All right, let me finish this and then where you come in.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Yep.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn sword.
That's right, man. When the so-called white man says something, it's just to set you up so you can put your guard down, so then he can conquer you, man. That's why scripture says you in Sirach the 12th chapter, never trust thine enemy. Go ahead, Omar.
Yeah, Obadiah in verse 10 it says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, same shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever."
That's right, extermination. Stay in Obadiah because we're going to end on the 18th verse. Let's get a couple of precepts and we're going to circle back. I know? Come with it.
James 2:13. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy.
That's a so-called white man. He shows no mercy, man. You got 5 grams of crack. He giving you five years mandatory minimum sentence. And what do he say? Hey, you do the crime, you gotta do the time. Hey, he'll straight face, man. He got it, but he's on the throne, so to speak. He's doing all types of wickedness, man. I remember we was watching that one. He got a penis pump.
Yeah, he got.
He's making niggas
all
dance.
kinds of judgment.
Yeah, he's giving judgments. Like while he's doing this while he's giving judgments, man. Making niggas dance for him and shit like that. Man.
One had a penis enlarger. You know, while he's giving niggas big like football numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why the scriptures talk about being a hypocrite, man. Here it is. The so-called white man. Yeah, he's gonna pull you over, but he's a faggot, man. He's gonna pull you over. He's gonna charge you with speeding, but he's supposed to be getting put to death, man, for being a homo. Yeah, he's in the corner. He's in a corner facilitating adultery, man. Some big Jake banging his wife, but then he's gonna pull you over for talking to your mom or talking to your dad on the phone, man. He should have judged. That's crazy. It's crazy, man. But nobody even thinks about this, man. Oh no, this is the way it is. That's the way it is for you, man. All right. That ain't how it's supposed to be for us.
Not much
man.
longer.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
gonna be like that for not
It's
much
not gonna
longer.
be. You're gonna love the kingdom. All you people, you're gonna love the kingdom. All right. You're gonna love the righteous judgment we put on your
Oh,
ass.
you women, you women are gonna love the kingdom, man.
Oh man. Oh, the so-called white woman loves the thought of the kingdom. Okay. All right. She can't wait for the kingdom. She wants the kingdom more than some of you niggas, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So for you, she shall have judgment without mercy. Go ahead.
So James 2:13. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy.
That's the so-called white man. He shows no mercy whatsoever, man. Okay, he'll making your grandma work until she's 70. Okay, she on her knees scrubbing floors, man. Yeah, a lot of Jake, you gonna get, man. A lot of Edomites, you gonna get fucked up for shit that our grandparents went through, man. Our great grandparents, man. 'Cause that shit weighs heavy on your spirit, man. Because they couldn't do nothing about it, man. So that's why all you niggas that fall out, the Lord got a special death for you, man. All the hell that our ancestors have gone through, and you had the opportunity to get restoration, okay, to get righteous judgment. And you don't want that. You want to be a part of this world instead. May the Lord destroy you, man, utterly.
Right.
And all you dudes, you watch the videos, and that was funny. The Lord gonna get you niggas too, man. Okay. And the Lord gonna kill a lot of you guys that watch it. I'm just saying this in the spirit. A lot of you guys that watch these videos, the Lord is gonna kill you. Okay? You're not
Y'all
really
just
taking
getting
this-
marked. Y'all just getting marked.
You're making it worse. You better off not watching the videos, man. A lot of you guys, because eventually it's gonna come a time when you get offended and you're gonna talk shit. You better off just not even dealing with it if you're not sincere and serious about getting into this ministry. Okay, supporting it, whether you're on the highways and hedges or you're sending tights, making signs, so on and so forth.
Go be in the world, man. Go be in the world. Be simple, man.
Yeah.
This is Luke 12:47. And that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes.
That's right, that Tracy T.
Yeah.
But you're nothing but a dirtbag, okay? Yeah, I was going through some of the videos. He was on a roll too, man. Yeah, you big bro, I'm super alpha. Now I'm an Edomite. Now we're all everybody's a heathen except for him, man. We're all heathens, we're all terrorists, but he's the great light. You and Razzie, man.
Very low character, that guy, man.
Oh, it's a complete bitch ass nigga, man. And you the type, man. You be spiritual. Brother saw you, man. Leave it at that, man.
Damn.
You deserve a lot, man.
Deserve death.
Yeah, you're a traitor of the highest order, man. You're a traitor of the highest.
That death
treason
angel,
is
man.
punishable with death, man.
That death angel's after you, nigga. You and your whole family, man.
Yeah.
Get ready.
And your bugged out children. All right, your obese slut of a wife, man. The Lord is going to destroy you, man. That's right. Go ahead, brother.
All right.
Well, that was it. Yeah, Menotti.
I got one. This Jeremiah.
All right, now.
Jeremiah 50 and 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder?
That's Esau, man. He's the hammer of the whole earth. Which the hammer just breaks in pieces, right? To the rock, the foundation. Because the real hammer is what? This word. Yeah. But Esau, he didn't broke in pieces all these other nations, man. But now he's cut asunder. Now he's broken down. Go ahead.
And broken.
Yep.
How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
Yeah, because of those missiles that's going to hit. All right, verse 18.
Obadiah, verse 18. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame.
That symbolizes both houses of the nation Israel, the northern and the southern kingdom coming together. Which, hey, this is it right here. We got 6 northerners, 6 southerners, man. Beautiful, perfect balance.
Says, in the house of Esau for stubble.
Yeah, go ahead.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh have spoken it.
That's right, man. So let's get a Lord a round of applause, man. All right. All right, we're going to exterminate the so-called white man. All right. Maybe when we get kicked out, we try to do the show. We're not going to have hard-headed niggas coming up against us. We're not going to get that. We're not going to have to see so-called white people, okay? If we don't want to, I mean, I might see an Edomite once a month, just go kick him in the head real quick. All right? Yeah, we're just going to exterminate you, man. Okay, so with that, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua. Okay? And death to America, death to the nigger woman. All right, shalom to the elect. All right, shalom. Shalom.